it was just such an honor, you know, to finally be given such a, you know, important responsibility. And when Lindsay called, I, you know, was really thrilled. It was right before the starting of both Big Ten meets, so I had a lot on my mind, but I couldn't tell anyone. But I did call. But she told me Arthur was going to be the other coach, so I called him and I go, "Hey, you're the only person I could talk to." But you know, I've been thinking a lot about it since and what it means, and you know, most importantly, how to do a good job, keep the ball rolling, because we've had a good couple years, and we want to keep that, you know, keep that moving in the right direction, so by 2020 we can have a nice dominant effort. First of all, you know, I'm a big team guy, so I've always tried to play a role, whatever I can do to kind of unify a team, unify a staff. I try to do that. So I like to walk, so I invite a lot of people on walks in the morning, and I get to know people that I haven't really gotten a chance to know, like Greg Troy and Bob Bowman, and proud to say they're walkers too now. But I think that having a good time and the staff getting along and having, you know, getting the job done, but also having being relaxed, having smiles on our faces, that's infectious to your athletes. One thing I've learned in recent years is good delegation. So whoever the staff is, I'm going to really rely on their expertise, and I'm going to delegate stuff so it's really manageable. For example, you know, each coach is going to have a relay to own to make sure our relay starts are the way they need to be, and that the athletes are well taken care of as far as like training responsibilities. It's not a long training camp, 4 or 5 days like in the US, and then a little bit in Japan, but the approach that I've taken is I want the athletes to feel like they were coached by their coach. So just do a lot of phone calls and a lot of background work, and I'm just going to ask all the coaches that I'm working with to do the same, so that those kids feel really taken care of and like they got somebody in their court. You know, in this country, if you come through the NCAA system, you're used to prelims that have a lot of intensity on them. So outside of maybe some pros that haven't done collegiate swimming or some high schoolers, we're going to be well equipped to deal with that aspect. And I think Pan-Pacs is hugely important because it's the #1, it's the main trip this summer, and I think it's a mistake that people make is to take their foot off the accelerator. You know, you don't have to make huge strides every season, but if you make steady progress as a country, you know, so if USA Swimming does that, you know, then we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. But if anybody thinks you can kind of take a little break, people are going to catch you real quick, so I'm going to guard against that. You know, what I've seen on trips in the recent memory, we haven't had to do a lot of that. The captains have done a wonderful job unifying the team. People like Nathan Adrian and in 2016 Michael Phelps. So if we have good leadership, I think that'll take care of itself. But you know, they're just most of the athletes or coaches that get to go on trips like this, they're super excited to represent their country, and we want to pick the best team possible for World Championships, so that instead of 2015 where we lost a little bit of steam, maybe we have some momentum going into 2020. I think that's what it's all about, is to pick the best team. This is the hardest thing United States Swimming does, is try to pick a team a year ahead of time. And it's not an easy thing to do because a lot changes in a year. But I'm gonna keep just the Pan-Pacs on my mind. I won't think too much further down the road.